Hi everyone, it's Allie. Welcome back. Today I'm participating in the Case Your Fellow AECP Crafter, which is Altenew's educator certification program. So basically we're just copying a card from someone else in the program that we loved or were inspired by. So I am casing a card from Crafty Anna, and this is the card I am going to case. I found it on her Instagram. All of her links are going to be listed in the description box below if you want to check her out. She does have a blog and YouTube as well. So this is the card that I created, and I used Altenew's Watercolor Stripes cover die, the Build a Flower Larkspur, and then I used a couple other things that I will go over when I get to. So I pulled out my Stamparatus by Stampin' Up! And a piece of vellum, and I just used my embossing ink there, and I am going to be using the Simon Says Stamp Fine Detailed White Embossing Powder. And just as she did on her card, I'm just going to emboss my stamps. And I love Larkspur, and I had yet to use this stamp set, so I thought that would be a fun one to pull out. And this vellum is a little bit thicker. They do make vellum specifically for heat embossing, which I have yet to try, but this piece was a little bit thicker. I just had it randomly in my stash, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. It actually worked out perfectly. I just make sure that I don't stay in one place too long, and I don't overheat, because if you overheat, then you could have a problem and we don't want anything catching on fire. So then I went ahead and grabbed my mini Blossom die cutter, and I lined up my little dies there, and Altenew's dies always line up so perfectly, and they're so easy to put on there. And I wanted to let you know that that tape is by scrapbook.com. And I wanted to try out their low tack tape and see how I liked it, and I love it. It's very different than the purple tape, the feel of it, but it works just as well. And it feels a little less tacky, and it doesn't rip your paper or anything, so I will be using more of that in the future. So I just grabbed a piece of navy cardstock that I had from Stampin' Up!, and I'm going to cut out that Watercolor Stripes cover die. And because she embossed her background, I did do something a little bit differently. I'm going to pull out the Brutus Monroe Silver Glaze, and I am going to use my Vicky Bouton palette knife along with my scrapbook.com all-purpose craft scraper, and I am just going to give my card base an even layer of that glitter glaze. And then once I glue that cover die on top of it, you'll be able to see all that glaze underneath there in place of the embossing. So I saw Jennifer McGuire's video as well, doing some of this with a scraper. So I just had to try it. And I thought it worked out really well. I didn't have like anything else I could really emboss as far as Altenew products, so I thought I would do it this way and be able to use their cover die. I love that cover die. I use it all the time. It is very, very versatile. And that was very easy to do. Since it was a very thin layer, it only took an hour or so to dry. And then I used a double-sided adhesive on the back of there, just because sometimes it's very hard to adhere items to glitter, and I wanted to make sure that stayed put. I did use the same double-sided adhesive on my flowers, and I did do 2 layers on that one flower there. One of them I decided I wanted it to look a little bit whiter than the other. And I am just going to pop those on my card, and it was very easy to get the backing off that adhesive there. I do buy a lot of my adhesives at scrapbook.com or at Scrapbook so I think it was one of those from there. But Altenew has a new adhesive, like liquid adhesive out, which I have been using and I love. It's a very, very good adhesive. And then I'm just going to arrange my flowers and leaves right in the middle there, the same way she did. And then I also did grab a sentiment from the stamp set, and I'm going to stamp that on the same navy card stack with some Hero Arts Unicorn ink. I had so much fun with this card. I just thought it was different. I love that she just embossed on white, on some vellum, I should say. And I don't know, I just thought it had a different look to it, and I thought it was really pretty. But how can you go wrong with anything Altenew? Everything they have is just beautiful, so can never go wrong with that. And I love that I got a chance to use this set. So you're going to want to check her out. So you can pop onto her Instagram or blog, and she has so many beautiful, beautiful projects. I loved looking through all of her cards. So for my sentiment, I decided to pop it up. So I did grab a piece of foam tape just to give that a little bit of dimension. And then that was my card. It was a very easy and quick card to do. I had a lot of fun making that. And I hope I did her card justice. And this was a fun hop. So you should check out, if you're interested, the Altenew program. It's a great program. It teaches you a lot about their products and fun techniques, and I think it really makes your cards go to another level. So I'm having a really great time with that program. So thank you for joining me today, and I hope everyone has a great week. Thanks. Bye.